Christmas cake? Christmas pudding?
Did that one.
Mince pies?
Did that one.
Chocolate log?
No, not this year.
So what are you doing then?
I'm making my March Plum Cake.
You know what month this is?
I know, but you know what? Just want to think about the spring. And also, this cake is really lovely to have over Christmas. It's only called March Plum Cake because I made it in March with some manky old plums that I'd had left over from been in the bottom of the fridge for a couple of months, and I happened to make it in March when a friend came over, so I called it March Plum Cake. But it is lovely because it's what's so lovely about it is it's got that lovely acidity from the plums, so it's sort of not too sickly and not too rich, even though it's a lovely cake. So it's a lovely thing to have over Christmas, I think, maybe Christmas Eve. That's what we're having it, aren't we? Because we've got the girls over for a socially distanced tea. And it's great if you want to go out for a walk and get some fresh air, whatever tier you're in, going out and get some fresh air, and you can take a slice of this cake with you. Cheer you up. It's a lovely cake. It's really delicious. Plum and orange, soft brown sugar.
Better get on with it then.
Yeah, all right. I'm rabbiting away. Now I need you to do this. So in here, 225 grams of softened butter, the grated zest of half a large orange, and 225 grams of soft brown sugar. Okay, so this needs to be beaten together until it's sort of fluffy, a bit like me. Oh dear.
What, beaten?
Yeah, yeah, completely. Yeah, so I'm gonna get you to do it. I've got a beautiful smell around me as well. I've got the hyacinths, and I've got Nelly the plant. It's like a jungle over here, isn't it? Have a look.
That's a bit messy.
Is it? Oh no, but look,
Yeah,
Nelly's
but
there.
loads of other rubbish.
Oh, well, just ignore the other rubbish. Just show people Nelly, and there's Nelly, lit up. Do you know why she's called Nelly? Because it's an elephant ear plant. And then we've got some lovely hyacinths just down below. It's all very pretty. Right, beat the cake.
Bottle of wine.
Bottle of wine. Bottle of wine, most important. Could you beat that, please?
That was an effort.
I know it was actually. You looked in pain, my love. Is that because you're old? It's all a bit creaky. Creaky. Eggs, 4 large eggs, beaten in. Okay. Now, when you beat this in, don't worry because there's quite a lot of egg for this mixture because they're large. It will look a little bit curdled. I don't worry about that. I don't care. I throw caution to the wind. I don't mind a little bit of curdling going on. Reminds me of a song, a little bit of curdling. I'm in a jolly mood today considering I have a bit of a hangover, aren't I?
Yeah, you went for it last night,
I
didn't you?
did, rather enjoyed that wine. A friend of mine bought me for my birthday a lovely bottle of pink Sancerre, thank you Liz. Yeah, I attacked it with vigour last night, didn't I? It's very nice. Very scrummy it was. Right, 4 eggs going in. Now I'm just going to beat these in. You might want to come back because it's very dull to watch me just beat eggs in. So, yeah, come back. See what I mean about it being a bit curdled? It doesn't matter. It's absolutely fine.
So apparently I don't mix it properly.
No. Well, you do. You do really well. You're good on the real sort of, you know, like trying to beat the butter in, but this, you're just like that. Put it together like that. Keep it a bit willy. Okay, now I've added the eggs and made it all nicely curdled. I'm going to put on my glasses, which are my emergency glasses because I have mislaid my pink ones. And I'm not wearing a chain, if that's what you're saying. I'm not going to put a chain on. 175 grams of self-raising flour.
Let's wait and see what Santa's brought you.
Yeah. You tried a couple of years ago, didn't you? You bought me some. Right, 175, they've not come out of the drawer. 175 grams of self-raising flour, is self-raising, isn't it? Yeah. Half a teaspoon of baking powder, okay? Just gives it an extra lift because I use ground almonds in this, so it just helps it. So just half a teaspoon of baking powder. Again, just double checking that's not bico, I get all confused. And then there's 50 grams of ground almonds. They go in, okay? And I'm just going to fold this all together nicely. Now, before I do that, I'll show you what I've got in here. In here, I've got, it's a loose bottomed 23 23 centimetre 9-inch springform tin. Well, this one is actually just a push-up pan. I've lined it, and I've just put at the bottom of it some demerara sugar, and then on top of that I'm just going to lay my halved plums. Okay, those don't need to be ripe. You can buy the home ripening ones. They're fine. So you just lay those skin side down, because I want the pink skin when I flip this out. I want that to be on top. So just lay them down like so in the cake tin, like that. There, and one in the middle. Okay, perfect number there. Almost so I know what I'm doing. And then I'm just going to plonk the cake mixture on top of this, okay? So I'm going to mix this in, and you can come back, I've got it all ready, and then we'll put it in the oven. Okay, so I'm just plonking the mixture on top all the way around, and just to make sure that it drops down in between the plums, just give it a little tap, and that'll help the mixture work its way down, and then just use the rest of it to cover up all your plums. Now this is it's quite juicy at the bottom, and then you've got that demerara sugar, which just sort of makes it slightly toffee-ish at the bottom as well. So it's got a lovely, it's a really lovely cake. It is one of my faves. So I hope you make it. I hope you give it a go, because it's not easy, and it's not easy. It's not easy. No, it is easy. It's very easy, and all the ingredients, you know, most people have probably got a few ground almonds hanging around in their cupboard after they've been making things over Christmas, and eggs, a bit of flour, butter, and if you haven't got any plums, you could always use apples. You could use tinned peaches, tinned pear at the bottom. You don't have to use the fresh fruit, you can use tinned as well if you've got those in the kitchen. So, but as long as the cake mixture is the same, it's perfect. Right, so just smooth it all over the top. Lovely, like that. And then I'm going to bung that in the oven. You're going to ask me how long for, aren't you?
Well, I know the temperature. It's going to be 180.
Temperature, it's 180 for an oven. And I'm going to cook it for 30 minutes, and I'm going to remove it and cover it loosely with foil, and then continue to cook it for another 30 minutes. That's because you've got the nuts in it and a lot of sugar. I don't want it to burn, but I need to cook through because it's quite a deep cake. So we're going to do 30 minutes, then foil, another 30 minutes, take it out and rest it for a few minutes, and then turn it out of the cake tin. And while this is in the oven, you're going to go and take Winnie for a walk, aren't you?
I am.
So it'll all be done when you come back. Ta-da! Oh. This took exactly an hour in the oven. Half an hour, as I said, with the paper on, and half an hour without. Okay, so it turns out really easily because I use the paper. Then you can see, I just had that smell of that demerara sugar and butter. It was amazing. So I'm just going to peel it very gently. So when you peel it, just carefully detach it from around the edges, and then don't just pull it off like that. The secret is just to pull it back on itself like that, and then you won't pull any cake off. Any plums. What do you think? I think that looks nice.
Gross.
Look at those lovely juicy plums there.
Very yum.
Yeah. Should we just have a little trimmeroo? Try it. I know it's a bit naughty, isn't it? But should I have a little bit? Just a tiny woozly slice. It's still quite warm, actually. Oh my goody aunt. That looks amazing. I'm actually just going to put it on there because I haven't got a plate. Ow. Because those plums are quite hot in my hand. Look at that. Right. Little taste. Now, warm, obviously, this would be amazing with a large dollop of cream or custard. Okay, so it can be a hot pudding as well, or it can be a tea time treat with a cup of tea, and then when it's cooler. Oh, Yeah, that's so delicious, John, because you've got that really sweet, slightly almondy and squidgy cake. It's got a lovely deep caramelly flavour as well because of that soft brown sugar, those little bits of demerara. And then, to draw you away from that sweetness, you get full wham plum acidity. It's lovely. It's blooming lovely, that. It's in my book, by the way. It's in my cookery book. March Plum Cake. Lottie's Country Kitchen. Happy days. I'm going to have another little go. Give it a go. Yourselves. Oh, lovely.